sport mode. Sport mode, engaged. I'm gonna floor it. Let's see what happens. Ready, steady. Wheel spin and traction control. Please excuse the location where we begin this video, but ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Supercars of London. I am in the toilet at Lisbon Airport. I've just landed in Portugal because I've just come to the realization that today I'm going to drive my first ever Peugeot. And what a car to start with.
You say I'm wrong, but I think I need it. You think that reason can make me stay. Just wanna feel me, just feel me breathing. I know this feeling won't go.
This is the first Peugeot I'm ever going to be driving, so this is going to be a memory that I'm going to remember for a long time. And the reason why I am here is quite amazing, because the guys at Peugeot watched my Geneva Motor Show video from March 2019, where I headed over to the Peugeot stand and said that they had the best cars from the show. Forget Lamborghini, forget Ferrari, all of the supercars at the Geneva Motor Show were boring in comparison to the brand new 208 and also the E-Legend concept. And today, over the next 24 hours, I'm going to get to grips with this, the petrol version. There is also a diesel version, but I'm also going to get to drive the E208, Peugeot's electric city hatchback. This is what I have fallen in love with. The exterior of the car is revolutionary, and it is also quite different to what we know from Peugeot before. And you might be thinking, how is this guy getting so passionate about a city hatchback, a car that is a daily driver? But actually, this is revolutionary in the way that it looks, the design language that Peugeot are using. It is totally different to anything else that we are seeing in the automotive world at the moment. Look at the rear of this car. That is just the coolest looking thing. So fun. And I've actually got the key here, which is why it's freaking out. So this is the key for those that want to know exactly what car I'm going to be driving. It is the 208 GT line PureTech 130 S&S 8-speed automatic gearbox in yellow. Come and have a look at the interior of a Peugeot. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is a Peugeot. Oh my god, this is nicer than, well, I'm gonna say it, this is nicer than Audi and Mercedes. Look how beautiful the craftsmanship is inside this car. Let's go up to the other side. But just, I am so excited about this car because Peugeot are notorious for just being a run-of-the-mill car, an everyday car. They are not a car enthusiast's car, but I mean, they're just nailing it with the design. This is what I'm talking about. This is very Ford GT actually, with the GT down here. Oh, we got the iCockpit there as well, but I'm very, very, very excited about driving this car. Let's get this as low as possible. This looks weird. Oh. Let's get the seat. The steering wheel, oh, that's as high as it goes. Oh, that steering wheel, actually, this top bar of the steering wheel is blocking my vision to the iCockpit. Here we go then. Here we go, out onto the open road in the new Peugeot 208. And let me explain a little bit more in detail as to why I'm so excited about this car. So, back at the Geneva Motor Show, we were swamped by electric supercars with thousands of brake horsepower that are so unobtainable to everyone. Are they even going to get built? Probably not. And then I found myself on the Peugeot stand because I knew that the 208 was being unveiled at the Geneva Motor Show, and I'd seen photos of it and I'd fallen in love with the design, and I wanted to go and see it. I wanted to go and see it in the flesh. What is that? The E-Legend concept. Peugeot build it now. 208 GT line. That is genuinely a car that I'd actually buy. I actually want one of these. And going there, not only seeing the 208, but also seeing the E-Legend concept, which is this retro, very, very cool... Oh. Right. I've actually just come to departures. I've just done a loop round. The sat-nav takes a little while to load. So I've just done a loop of the Lisbon airport, but nonetheless, going back to the E-Legend, it's this retro muscle car looking vehicle. So I spent a lot of time at the Peugeot stand, fell in love with the cars, filmed them all obviously, and Peugeot then subsequently invited me out to the 208 launch here in Lisbon. I'm going to try not to make the same mistake that I made before and actually try and exit the airport properly. I'm most excited about driving this car is exploring a totally new world. Jumping in the Bentley Flying Spur, jumping in the McLaren GT, everything is quite familiar, and I feel really spoiled and a bit of a brat to say it, but I've kind of become a little bit desensitized to the luxury, high-end, top-end of the automotive world, because I get thrown the keys to this Lamborghini, thrown the keys to this Ferrari, which is an incredible position to be in. But there is something quite exciting about being with Peugeot for the first time. So creating a video on a car I've never ever created a video on before, but also driving a brand and a manufacturer for the first time on camera. This is going to be a massive exploration, and I cannot wait to start this new journey by discovering the Peugeot 208, because my love for Peugeot, or my even interest in Peugeot, has been non-existent up until a couple of years ago. Ooh, BMW 840D. I do like them. But as a position, driving point of view, beautiful. Everything about it. We've got this sort of fake carbon weave up here as well, which is really nice. A lot of gloss black piano, which is really, really smart. And the design is centered around giving the driver an amazing experience. We've got this huge, I think it's a 10-inch HD screen here, which is amazing. The iCockpit is certainly futuristic. I'm going to try and capture this because you're going to want to see this. And overall, it's quite comfy. I would say that most 208 drivers aren't going to be doing too many motorway miles like this. It's more of a city car. And I have to say, the sensibility, making up another word, the sensibility of this car is pretty good. I've got 500 kilometers of range and only 3/4 of a tank full. So it's obviously good on fuel, it's efficient, it's light, it's fun. If I just like floor it now, oh, it kicks down a few gears and it's got some punch. Even at 120 kilometers an hour, it still shifts, which is quite impressive. I seriously think the Peugeot 208 is one of the best looking super minis money can buy. And to think that Peugeot are almost definitely going to be doing a 208 GTI, it gets me incredibly excited, because I've now done around 100 kilometers in this car, gotten to grips with the controls, everything's fairly intuitive, and I find myself in some fairly traditional southern Portuguese countrysides, just so that I can take a closer look and hopefully give you guys a better understanding as to why I'm so excited. It is not often that I get to share this type of car on my channel, and it's not that often I get to share my passion for this type of car on my channel. As you all know, for the early viewers of Supercars of London, I once owned an Audi A1 that sat alongside my Lamborghini Gallardo. This, I believe, looks better than the current Audi A1, which is a much more angular and sharper design. But to me, this whole sweeping lights down at the front here, this large aggressive grille, not too sure about the chrome detailing, which of course can be changed, as you saw on my Audi A1, diamond cut wheels, and then to me, the rear of the car is really the best angle of it. I just really love this. I kind of like a Porsche Macan styling that covers the whole back. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, as first impressions go on the brand new Peugeot 208, super excited to drive it. It is, as you would imagine, very, very easy, a bunch of safety features and everything that you would want and more from a daily driver super mini. But Peugeot have not stopped there, because there is an electric version. And here she is, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the ultimate Peugeot 208. This is the E208, but it is the GT line, only available in electric form. You can't get this in petrol and diesel. And this, for the next 20 minutes, is going to be my car. I'm no electric car expert, so I don't really know what to look for, but fundamentally you want something that is convenient, something that is accessible, something that has impressive range and a little bit of performance. And what I'm going to be doing today is putting it into sport. This range is around 211 miles, I think, and around 130 PS, but the most important things to me is it still looks like a normal car. Some manufacturers go completely wild with the designs for their electric cars, but Peugeot remain in the 208 design language, and I have to say I love it. It is so cool. The grille is slightly different. You can see that it matches the rest of the car. Around here we have got these dichroic badges, which basically means at different lights, different colours, they will change colour, which is really cool. And around here on the line badge at the back we have exactly the same. And top secret, on the Peugeot E208, the rear of the car is slightly wider, slightly squatter than the standard petrol and diesel 208, which reminds me of my Lamborghini Murcielago, and that is the only time that I'm going to reference my Lambo and compare it to the brand new Peugeot E208. And I still find it hilariously weird to see these cars move around with absolutely no sound whatsoever. But have a look at the inside of the car with this amazing combination, textures, fabrics, leather and stitching. And then we have got the standard cockpit, center console and steering wheel, which I love from the standard Peugeot 208. And now there's a lot of French speaking going on over there, so I'm going to get set up and let's go for a drive and see just how sporty the new E208 is. Sport mode engaged. I'm going to floor it. Let's see what happens. Ready, steady. Wheel spin and traction control. That's incredible. I am a real noob and novice when it comes to electric cars, but that is the dream. So here we go. Here is the final question to leave this video on. I have been amazingly impressed with Peugeot's last 24 hours. I'm so glad that I got the opportunity to experience the 208 and now the E208. Here's the question. We are seeing the likes of Mr. TGE, who commutes to London to his 9-to-5 job in a BMW i3 Sport. But then, of course, he's got his supercars and other silly things alongside it. Is this now the time where we should be considering an electric car to use for our convenience, for our daily drives, for the drives that aren't necessarily aimed at being fun? It really is changing my mind as to having an electric car on my driveway. Not saying that this drive has completely converted me to electric cars. I was kind of converted quite a long time ago, but now it just seems like the perfect time to be getting on with electric cars. And I have to say, interior wise, I'm sure you can agree, this is a major step up from what I am used to see from Peugeot. It is luxurious. It is probably more luxurious than quite a lot of the premium German manufacturers. And from the outside, it looks incredible. And then when you stamp on the accelerator in the electric version, I'm going uphill doing 80 kilometers an hour. It actually goes! I'm not going to tell you how fast I was going there, because it was slightly over the speed limit. And to finish off, for those that are used to seeing flame-throwing Lamborghinis, Ferraris, McLarens on the channel, hopefully you can agree with me that the level of quality and design within the new Peugeot 208 is seriously impressive, because now that I've got up close and personal with this car, it's a pretty awesome machine. And to think there or thereabouts around 30 grand with a few optional extras, it's pretty damn cool. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Something very different to what I'm used to filming. I've had an absolute blast. So I will see you soon. Please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Take care, guys. See you soon. Goodbye.